Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carey Anderson with Dade County. I want to thank you so much for joining us today on the Dade County Weekly Update. Remember, you can type your question in the comment section of the Facebook broadcast during this live update. You can also watch this on YouTube. If you don't want to ask your question during the live broadcast, you can always email us at info@dadecounty-ga.gov. Thank you so much for coming to the right place for the right information. Today, we'll be hearing from George Williams, the board chair for the Alliance for Dade, and from Dade County Executive Ted Rumley. I do have some general announcements. I want to say happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. May your blessings outnumber the shamrocks that grow. That's from us to you. Also, a very important announcement. We want your opinion. We want you to take a survey. It's a quick survey, about a dozen questions. I think there are actually 13. So take a few minutes, answer this survey about the direction of Dade County and the city of Trenton. Tell us what's working well, what you would like to see work a little bit better. It's a very quick survey. The QR code, that funny thing on the screen in front of you, is called a QR code. For those of you who are not familiar with that, you can simply hold up a tablet or a phone camera, take a picture of it, and it will bring up the website where you can take that survey. You can also take the survey by going to our website at dadecounty-ga.gov, clicking on the Take Survey Now, and it will take you to the survey as well. It's a very, very quick survey, and I think there may be some paper copies of that somewhere. If you need a paper copy, you can call me and I'll get you one. It's 423, my telephone number is 423-290-6655, but we definitely want to hear from you. This affects our joint comprehensive plan. So the city of Trenton and Dade County have a 10-year joint comprehensive plan that they work on that I think it started in 2017 and it will be over in 2027. So we're at the midway point. We're just checking and touching base to see how we're doing and what we need to alter. Also, wanted to let you know that qualifying ended last Friday at noon. You can see a list of those who qualified on our website at dadecounty-ga.gov. That's qualifying for the May election. I think that's May 24th. District 1 candidates for the Board of Commissioners are Lamar Lowry and Chris Wade. District 2 candidates are Philip Hartline and Patrick Hickey. The Board of Education District 1 candidate is Daniel Case, who is running unopposed, and the Board of Education District 2 candidate is Jennifer Hester Hartline, who is also running unopposed. Tire amnesty has been set for Saturday, May the 7th from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. The backup date is the 14th. County Executive Rumley will be talking about this a little bit more in the update, but I do want to go ahead and say up to 5 tires per residence. This is not a county cleanup, so it's not going around picking up tires off the side of the road. This is 5 tires per resident. Bring them to the transfer station. No large truck or tractor tires. It's all standard car, truck, and motorcycle tires only. If you have any questions about that, you can call us here at the office at 706-657-4625. Next, we will hear from George Williams with the Alliance for Dade. Thank you.
Thank you, Carey. That's a lot to say.
You're welcome, George.
Yeah. And by the way, we have paper copies of the comprehensive plan survey at the Welcome Center. So if
Good.
they need a paper copy, they can fill it out there and turn it in there. So thanks for having me. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody, where today everyone is Irish, right? I think so. I'm George Williams from the Alliance for Dade, your Chamber of Commerce, doing the community news. There's lots of items that are coming up in the future, and those are up on the screen as I speak. But what I want to really do today is focus on what's coming up over the next 3 days. We've got a lot going on and several important things. So tonight, in fact, they're all important things. Tonight, it's a teen thing, which is at the library starting at 5 o'clock, and it's visual journeys. So make sure that you get to the library tonight at 5 o'clock for It's a Teen Thing. Tomorrow, we have a number of items going on. St. Catherine's Fish Fry is tomorrow evening from 5 to 7, which is a fundraiser for local charities. So it's a way of, hey, enjoying great fish and also being able to support our local charities in the hard work that they all do. 4-H is tomorrow night at 6 to 8:30. They're doing a movie night at the Ag Center. So if you need some entertainment on Friday night, looking to go to a movie, that's the great place to go. Tomorrow during the day at Cloudland Canyon, there's a 1-hour presentation about caves. There's a lot of caves in Dade County, which I've learned recently. There's a number of them that are around. So be there at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. And I'm assuming, it doesn't say here, but I'm pretty sure they usually have those kinds of things in their interpretive center. So tomorrow at 2:30. The Tri-State Food Pantry distribution is also tomorrow in Rising Fawn United Methodist Church at 2 o'clock and Sand Mountain at 3 o'clock. So let's talk about this weekend. Girl Scout cookies will be on sale on the square from 10 to 4. Good, I'm glad I didn't miss last weekend. I think they did it last weekend too. And the weather was kind of chilly. If I remember, there was a little bit of snow at my house. So there's a chance for all of us to go get some Girl Scout cookies this Saturday from 10 to 4. Cloudland Canyon Walk Up Sitton's Gulch with the park naturalist is at 1:30 on Saturday. That's a beautiful trip if you haven't done it, and our naturalist at Cloudland Canyon is very good, so you learn a lot about Sitton's Gulch. The Lions Club St. Patrick's Day 5K and 10K Run Walk is this Saturday at 10 a.m. in Rising Fawn. So if you need to do some exercise, get out there and go to the Lions Club St. Patrick's Day 5 and 10K. Very important, there's a fundraiser coming up for Janet York at Larry's Restaurant. She is battling cancer, and on Saturday, this weekend, Saturday, there's a barbecue fundraiser from 11 till 4 p.m., 11 in the morning till 4 p.m. The cost is $10 per plate, and it's cash only. So remember that. It's cash only, 11 to 4 at Larry's Restaurant to help Janet York with her battle with cancer. And Carey, that's the end of my updates for today, and look forward to being back with you next week, and enjoy the rest of St. Patrick's Day. And I guess I'll introduce our county executive, Ted Rumley, to fill us in on some of his numbers. So, Ted?
Thank you. I've changed around here a little bit. Rain. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good day. It's a beautiful day out there, and got a few things to go over before we go on to our report here. I ran into Stacy out in the hall just a minute ago. The fields are really wet down there. They've been down there all morning looking and working, and so there will not be any practices or games down there today, according to Stacy. If you got any issues, you can give Stacy a call. This past week or two, I've talked about an issue that we're having up on Sand Mountain there on the, actually it's on state right of way, but it's coming off of the mountain there where you go up at where 301 goes to the top there, and where the wall was built probably 10-15 years ago. And the state's been up there. You'll be seeing a lot of activity there in the next few weeks. A lot of the engineers, they're bringing a lot of people in from Atlanta and doing a lot of research on some issues that are happening there to the mountain there. Down under the wall, I talked to our area chief engineer yesterday. He'd called me, and there's some issues there under that wall that they have not noticed over the years, and so you'll just kind of bear with them. They may have a lane or two shut down there, coming down or going up, but it's you'll start seeing quite a bit of activity there in the next few weeks to determine exactly what they'll have to do and what they're going to do to correct that. And that's with the Georgia Department of Transportation. I know we've already mentioned probably this. I know Carey probably has, but on the Tire Amnesty Day, that's a big day. It's May the 7th, and from 8 till 2, and then the 14th will be the backup day. And you've already went over the actual tires. It's online, how many they can bring, like 5 tires and all that.
It is. We did have a question earlier today about if it's a community-wide cleanup, And that's not how this was intended to be, this particular tire amnesty day. It's
No,
my
no.
understanding that it was not intended to
But
be
there's
that.
not a problem with that, with whoever, myself even. I've got a couple of people
Sure.
in Rising Pond that, they're not able to carry their tires off. They're out in the back and there's 3 or 4 or 5, It's not a problem if you go by and help your neighbor and pick it up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but the state right of way is the state right of way as far as people picking that up. That's a state, issue. County, we try to keep our tires up. When someone dumps on the county, we go immediately, usually that day or the next day, we pick them up.
Yeah.
And we bring them in. But this is more for the people, to help the people and the residents of the county, get rid of their tires,
Right.
Also the storm shelters, we're still, the weather's kind of holding us off on the one at South Dade. They have been down there working some. They're practically finished with the one there to Four Fields. There was a little bit to do with the HVAC last week and a little electrical, but I think it's being taken care of right now, or this week or early next week. We are, having, you've probably seen the brochures or seen the signs over there on the property over there at the, where the transfer, where our old landfill was at. That is property that was bought by Larry Moore years ago, right before they shut down the landfill. It is a very good piece of property there that's never been touched, it's never been used. There was actually a house on it, I think, when he bought it, and they moved that house across the landfill over on Daniels Road. So it's a good investment for someone. For more information, you can go online, on our website and contact Potts, or you can come by here, Potts Auction. We should have some real brochures on that by next week. And so if you're looking for a place to build a home, or want, it's like 32 acres, they'll probably put it together and offer it for sale also. It's really a nice place over, a nice area. We are going to put some few restrictions on it as far as any poultry houses or any swine houses or anything that would affect the neighborhood over there. We feel it's only right to do that. So that there will be a few restrictions on the property. Carey, you got a new voting precinct down here, but we don't really actually want to have a new voting precinct. It'll be
Right.
a district. The district possibly is going to change. I know the school board, they already voted to adopt theirs. We have not. So ours will not be brought by the Dade County Commission. Ours will not be brought to the legislation if we decide to change and agree with it until the next session of legislation. So, but that's something on ours. Even well, if that happens, then that will put it in actually it'd be the 2023 or 24 election one to carry. Yeah, it won't be this one coming up. So as far as the county districts, no, you're not going to change at all. And really the change is going to be, from looking at the map right now, if it's as it stands, is going to be up on the, in toward the new home area there off the bluff there on Hunter's Trace in that area. And then actually Roberts District, he'll still be in the South District right now, but it'll actually move Lamar's district or the North Dade District on farther down to right around I think it's Town Creek somewhere in there. It's on the map, but anyway, it's and it's not going to really change anywhere anyone votes. You still vote just like always, but you'll be actually representing another district if you actually want to run for that office. And I said this last week, if you actually live out at Hunter's Trace and you wanted to run for commissioner or whatever, you would be running for commissioner in the North Dade district and not Sand Mountain. And so anyway, it's just, we just don't want it. The reason we're kind of hesitant about it, we don't want it to be too confusing for people. It's confusing enough, voting now and with everything that's going on. So we're going to give it a lot of thought before we actually, make that decision and vote to change the map on it. We do have, the attorneys are working on the land trade there between the school system there up at Wildwood, the old schoolhouse property, and the property over where the football field's at. That's still ongoing, and we should be able to wind that up probably in April, I think, so, from maybe end of April, if not May. The animal shelter is still something that's on Alex, and I know Terry has talked a lot about it. We're just kind of putting everything together, waiting on him to get a full set of plans, larger plans to read, and we'll keep you up on that as time goes by. But that is still is one of our key things that we're trying to work on this summer and at least get started on it. Murphy Hall, Billy and them finished that up yesterday as far as the ditching goes and the clipping of the road. So we're going to move out and move to other roads that we'll be doing come spring or in the summer. And that was a pretty good job. That hadn't been done in years and years and years. As far as the ditches and all, it was cleaned out over there, and it really looks like a different place. Really, the road's even wider than in places than I ever remember. The vaccines, we're still giving back the vaccine downstairs here. The Pfizer and Moderna, by appointment. They do take a few walk-ins. The locations for the other places here in the county or in our area are still posted. You got Primary Health Care, Lawson Medical, Price Pharmacy, the Lookout Valley Family Practice, the CVS Pharmacy, and they're still doing free testing at the Colonnade in Ringo, Monday and Wednesday, 9 to 6. And we've also got we're still looking, we've got to move the voting group out here, the people we go to vote, and where their office is at. And a question was asked, I think you said this morning about the depot. The depot is going to be so expensive to actually renovate that. It's kind of deceiving on the outside, but it is totally gutted on the inside. All the rafters, the tin on the inside is completely scorched, and we're just kind of we're weighing things out to see what's the best route financially to go for the county. And but we have got to we got to do something, and so we'll keep everyone up to date on that. We've even mentioned to the city, about possibly building a building there on that big area that they've got. And of course, I think they've got plans for that, but that would be, it'd be kind of keeping it in the same area. And then also the place at the Bank of Dade down there. We've talked about that and mentioned that. But we just want it to be centrally located, and it'd be a nice place for not only for you to go vote, but we've got the voting batteries and chargers and the big machines. We've got them back here in the back, all in areas that we need. They don't need to be there. They're locked up and everything, but we've got it's not going to be just a little small cubicle like outside here or whatever. It's going to be a room a lot larger than this, and it'll be something that's been needed for many years. But I'll go into our COVID numbers. Thank goodness it's kind of slacking off throughout our communities. We've kind of had our ups and downs, over the past month or two, and now throughout the whole region, not just Dade, but it seems like the numbers are kind of leveling off, and they're kind of going our way. There's still some sickness out there, of course. It's still out there, but it's nothing like it was a few weeks ago. But we've actually in Dade County in the past 14 days, we've had 46 that actually have tested positive, and from what I understand, those are minor cold or flu-like symptoms. We haven't found one that was really, required the ventilator or anything like that. We've had 25 deaths and 99 hospitalizations. Walker County, they've had 107 positive in the last 14 days. Catoosa County, they've had 54 in the last 2 weeks. And Walker now is at 13,504, and Catoosa's at 12,404. So those are still pretty big numbers, but the thing about it is the majority, 99% of those cases are pretty minor. There's like having a real bad cold or just a mild case of the flu. Hamilton County, right now they have 207 active cases. Their total number now is 99,400 people that have tested positive in Hamilton County, and they've had 1,105 deaths. And out of that 99,400, they've had 98,088 that's recovered. In Marion County, they're at 8,821. That's their total number since the beginning, and they have 22 active as we speak, and they've had 8,672 that's recovered out of the 821, and they've had 127 deaths. Move down to Alabama, Jackson County. Right now they're at 15,001 in Jackson County. They've had 233 deaths and 8 cases. They've had 8 positive cases in the last 7 days, and that's really good for a county the size of Jackson County. That's a big county, DeKalb County, they've had 10 in the last 7 days, and there again, that's a really good number for them because there for a while, Jackson and DeKalb, they were rolling. I mean, they really had some high numbers. But DeKalb County right now, their total is 18,724. They've had 321 deaths in DeKalb County. So there you have it on the numbers. And I'll be honest with you, in the next couple of weeks, we'll do probably maybe 2 or 3 more of these. And if these numbers keep changing and we'll probably go away from the actual report. We'll kind of fade it out. We'll still be able to put some of it. We'll put it online, but we'll go in and we'll still do our report as far as other things. And if we feel needed, we'll come back into these numbers. But I figure another 2 weeks and we'll see hopefully a drastic decline, and we'll probably pull away from it. You got anything, any questions?
We do have one question, and before that, I forgot to mention, the IDA is meeting next Monday at 1:30 here in the commission meeting room. So if you want to see that, it will be live streamed to the Dade County, Georgia Facebook page. But the question that we actually had 2. Number 1 was how many cases did we have last week here in Dade County, and the number was 38. So we had 38. We had a little bit of an increase here. But everybody else is on the decline. I mean, everybody's declining. Some of these places now are even in the single digits. So, like Chattooga County, they had 5 last week.
The good thing about it is, maybe, but I've called and talked to a lot of people now, and I feel better about it because these cases are pretty
mild, very mild.
Thank goodness.
So the only question we had was about the land auction, the land that's for sale. Was that land ever part of the landfill?
Never.
Okay.
No, never, ever. It was never. It was a total separate. I think it was 36 acres when they bought it, and then the way the road goes in there took a little bit of it. But no, it's never been tied to it or anything. It was strictly bought for future expansion of the landfill. There's never been a dump under it, I guess, or what you would say. No, this is totally good. It's got a really nice hardwood trees on it. It's really a good piece of property,
Okay, that was it.
Okay, all right. I appreciate everyone watching. We'll come back. We'll talk to you next week, and just try to be safe and use, as I always say, use common sense. When you feel like you need to wear a mask, wear a mask. And if you feel like you need to keep your distance, or you hear somebody start to get on an elevator and you see someone on there that you kind of suspect it might possibly be sick, don't just like always, like the flu season, don't get on it. So we appreciate it, and we'll see you next week.